Okay, so just wanted to make this quick video on skill sets because it just came to me and I was inspired to make this video actually. And one thing I really think that people miss, especially in entrepreneurship, is they forget about what are their skill sets. So like so many people out here are just looking for opportunities and doing all these different things and they forget like okay, what am I actually good at? Like, am I a salesperson or am I not? Or am I like, Gary Vee calls it number two? Are you a good number two or are you a good number one? Which one are you? Are you the CEO that's gonna crush it, make sure everything gets done and run a tight ship? Or are you a two? Do you wanna just support somebody like that, right? And then you could go further into that. Like, what are you good at? Are you good at sales? Are you good at marketing? Are you good at management? Like, what do you naturally gravitate for? And I think that entrepreneurs forget so much that they forget to think like, okay, what am I good at, right? So whenever even though I'm doing really phenomenal at what I'm doing right now, I still am open to opportunities because I'm always looking for something that really matches my skill set and the lifestyle that I want. I would say that I'm pretty good. One, I'm pretty good at sales. I'm decent at marketing. I have people that I pay to do that now. And I'm good at managing people. And yeah, so I'm always looking for opportunities that would complement what I'm doing or something that I could do with the things that I already know. Can I hire a team of people to carry out the daily tasks? Can I train them? Blah, blah, blah. So when I look for an opportunity, I'm always looking for things that actually match my skill sets and what I want to do long term. I'm not going to be, because of where I'm at financially, I'm not going to look for something that puts all the work on me. I'm going to look for something to where I can create a team, manage them, and prosper, move forward. So I'm looking for processes that complement that sort of that sort of lifestyle. So long story short, guys, is what can you take away from this video? Well, stop and think what are you actually good at that you can bring to the marketplace? And then try to find opportunities that can help you align or put you in the best position to, make as much money as you can and prosper, right? Like, find out what those skill sets are and then find opportunities that complement those skill sets and vice versa. And, like I said, people forget about this so much that it's toxic. Even I forget about it too. And now I'll be like, oh my God, with this whole golden opportunities, and so anyways, I still do the same thing. So sometimes I forget oh shit, I'm not good at this, but it's a cool idea. So anyways, I just want to encourage you guys, if you're getting into entrepreneurship, try to find stuff that actually fits your skills versus you trying to create new. Now, unless you're very young, when I was younger, 21, 32 now, I started and I was I didn't have any skill sets. I didn't know what to do. So what I did was just okay, what do I want to do? What's the best vehicle for me? I was in college at the time. I dropped out. I didn't drop out because I wanted to I didn't drop out because I wanted to, I'm going to go do entrepreneurship. Literally, I dropped out because I just wanted to make money. That was it. And I wanted to just make money and focus on myself. So that's what I did. And over time, I figured out, okay, I like sales. I like door knocking. I used to door knock like crazy. Like I'm talking like every single day, I would door knock for different opportunities. And it was like my specialty for a very long time. It was like business owners knew me as somebody that door knocked. So they would try to hire me because they were like, yo, this guy's not afraid. He'll go and knock on people's door and he'll make sales. So people knew that about me. And they were literally like I have multiple business owners wanting to hire me because of that early skill set that I developed. So, and then and I'm going to tell you guys like how I got into DTS through skill sets. So I did door knocking a lot. That was what I did. That was like my big breakthrough in life. I did the Landmark Forum too during that time. And that's when I figured out when I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was like, yo, I want to be an entrepreneur. So I don't know if you guys know about the Landmark Forum, but if you haven't done it, I highly suggest to go and do it. It's one of the most remarkable programs you would ever do. And if you're like in self-development, go do it. So anyways, after I did that, I started door knocking. I had multiple jobs in door knocking. My first one was my own company. Well, actually, my first door knocking job was actually Herbalife. And it's funny because you're not actually supposed to door knock with Herbalife. But I did anyways, because I was like, fuck it, I'm going to door knock, right? So I did that, really. And that was like, my mom was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you knocking on doors? That's crazy. So anyways, it went from Herbalife to coaching soccer. And then I would post ads online saying I was a coach and I could do like personal soccer trainings. And I did that for a while. So I had like Herbalife and soccer training together, which was crazy. But yeah, that's what I did. Like that was my first thing, right? So when that kind of like all that stuff fizzled out, I started door knocking for this video company. So I started going business to business. And then, before that I had my own, it was like my own thing that I was partnering with a guy, and we would door knock for companies. So they would give us flyers basically, and we would sell their offers to other businesses. And if we got a sale, we wouldn't just pass out flyers. We'd actually go in and talk about these different opportunities that we were selling for these companies. So we called it mercenary cold calling because we were mercenaries and we called it college students because I had my own thing, and that was like my part that they gave to me. So anyways, so I did that. That was my first thing I ever did. And then it went into like Herbalife and then soccer coaching. And, I had a couple clients, and I was just amazed that I was actually making money. So I wasn't making that much during that time, but I was just amazed that I was like, yo, people are actually hiring me. And I'm like, this is really happening. And so I did that. I did that a couple times, right? I did that with a couple clients. It was very interesting. So then after that, I started, so I did that. So I did the mercenary cold calling. Then I went into Herbalife and soccer coaching. And then after that, I started just doing door knocking jobs. So I did a door knocking job for this video company. And then I did another door knocking job for this radio station that sold memberships. So we would sell memberships to just people in the neighborhood. And so we would sell memberships. And I remember I got the record in one day. I remember I was doing that job for it didn't really pay that much, but I was doing that job because it just fulfilled something inside of me, like the hunger. I would just had so much like hunger, right? And it was fun just to like practice sales with everybody in the company, and then it was fun to just like make sales. Long story short, the funny thing what happened was I like broke a daily record of sales in one day. And after I did that, because I was like the best there, I eventually became like the best there. And after I did that, I just got like so disinterested in the job that I literally like quit like a week later. So then after that, I quit that job and I went to, what did I go to after? I think I went back to soccer coaching, and I legit started like, you know, I really started like coaching like some legit players. You know, I helped this one kid become a goalie for his high school. He had no goalie experience. I helped multiple people make their soccer teams. And because I played soccer my whole life, so at a decently high level. So I would say I played high enough to where I could help people, right? You know, most people I could help because I played at a high enough level to where I knew where they needed to get, you know. So after that, then I got into, after that, I sold copiers for like a year and a half. And that was interesting. So that was somebody was like, yo, like, at this time, people were like prospecting me because I'd done so many different door knocking jobs, and they saw how enthusiastic and lit up I was by just, you know, making sales, door knocking. Like, they just like, yo, this guy loves it. What's wrong with him? We need him. So there was like multiple. I remember in my group of business owners, you know, these people were older than me. They owned businesses and stuff. They were prospecting me. So eventually, you know, I got hired with this Xerox, and Xerox was a very, very cool opportunity that I just took the same skill set and I did the same thing. And after Xerox, I got into real estate, and I did that for 4 years. And anyway, so you could see that the skill set that I was always attracted to was sales. Like, I was always trying to get better at sales, you know. And then eventually, you know, I got into DTS, and I got into, you know, after real estate, I think I did real estate seriously full time for 4 years. And and then after real estate, I did DTS, and then, you know, that's the story. But so I just told you my pretty much all the jobs and opportunities I did to lead you guys to this. Opportunities come when you work on skill sets. So I worked on sales because like that is what I was like good at, right? And that's just, I didn't want a normal job. I didn't want to sit at a fucking desk all day and, you know, bullshit, you know, and have cooler talk. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be out there. I wanted to make sales. I wanted to make money. That's what I wanted to do. So when this freaking opportunity came to, after I did my 4 years of real estate and multiple sales jobs, I learned so much like about sales and marketing that when DTS came into my life, I was like, dude, this industry is about to get killed. I'm about to murk this industry. I am about to kill it. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. Like, I knew it. I knew that I knew it. Like, that's how much it was. I just knew that I was going to become great with this industry. I just was like, oh, this is untapped. No one's doing it. There's consistency with the customers. You know, I just had a blueprint in my head that I was like, oh, wow. So long story short was when I started this business, I knew that it was gonna I knew that all of my skills were going to easily be used in this industry. And the long story short was, because I was sharpening my skills in multiple areas, sales and marketing, and managing people. I would I had virtual assistants throughout those years as well too. So I was sharpening skills, sales, marketing, managing virtual assistants. So like those were my three skill sets that I used. And when DTS came along, it was done. I was like, okay, I know exactly how I'm going to do this. I know how it's going to grow, and I know exactly how it's going to scale. And it took me like 6 months to like become, I would say it took me 6 months to get the hang of the local business. And then the next 6 months, it took me to, I figured out how to do it online very effectively. And then the next 6 months after that, because, so the first 6 months, I learned the business locally. The second 6 months, I figured out how to do it online. Then when I was making about $500 a day, I hired a virtual assistant. Actually, I hired 2 virtual assistants before I left to Peru. So I said, I gotta drop everything. I gotta let go of these local clients, and I gotta just focus on my online clients. I'm moving away, so I'm gonna have to become great at this business online. I'm gonna have to become better at managing people. And that's what I did. So the third 6 months was me just really fine-tuning systems, using the CRM properly, having the right sales and marketing. And that's what I did for the next 6 months. And then, from there, it's just been hiring multiple people. Now we got 25 people now that are virtual assistants in many different roles: marketing, admin, sales, managers, multiple different things. And it was all because I followed my skill set, right? I didn't have to become good at all those different things, but I became good at sales, and then I became good at managing people, right? So those 2 things I just became good at because I practiced those skills a lot. So then eventually I was making enough money with my skill sets where I could hire for people to duplicate me, manage them. Then, eventually, now I have people that do all the marketing for me. They run my full business for me. But I say all that after 18 minutes of talking. I say all that to illustrate to you why it's important to focus on your skill set versus focusing on like some random opportunity that doesn't really align with your skill sets. So there you go. See you later, guys. Thanks.